Hello there, I'm Aldro Hill and welcome to Surviving Mars. We are going to go on a grand adventure and get Elon Musk back home. That's right, it's Surviving Mars and we're going to colonize Mars in a new game. I'm going to be showing you guys how the game works, some of its features, the cool new ways you can play, well, new ways, it's a new game, but cool ways that you can play and everything in between. So when you pick a game, you have a difficulty bonus. This is for, you know, making you feel like a big man. You have different mission sponsors. Currently, the easiest one is the International Mars Mission with a crazy amount of funding of 30 million. Lots of extra applicants, large payloads, no Earthsick. Everything is very easy, and rockets even synthesize fuel. But I'm not no first player pansy. I'm going to be picking something like the USA. Other ones have their own bonuses and also have drawbacks. For example, China gets additional colonists per passenger rocket, and you get more applicants to be able to colonize. Europe, for example, gets a little bit less funding, but they have extra technologies and more funding every single time a tech is researched, meaning technology is very valuable. So that's actually quite cool. However, the USA we're going to play is a little bit harder than the normal mission, but it's a little bit easier than some of the others. You can also play Paradox Interactive, which gives you more breakthrough anomalies, which I'll explain later on, but rockets require more fuel to launch, and that is a huge problem. We're going to play in the USA. Our commander profile basically gives various benefits. It also allows you to get into an extra rocket with an... Oh, for rocket scientists, you actually get an extra rocket, and you get shuttle hub and long range translation. So we are going to pick him. Another cool one is the Inventor that allows drones getting better for the first 100 years, and hubs no longer requiring power maintenance, which is very interesting. We're going to pick rocket scientist. Our colony logo is not going to be Mars Express because that's lame. That's not Serenity. Okay, that's not Spaceship Serenity from Serenity. What are you doing, man? What are you doing with your life? We're going to have the paradox symbol probably. I don't know why I would have a symbol of Brussels sprouts. I'm not a monster. I would have paradox. And we're going to have a random mystery, and this is going to be the active storyline for our game. So it's pretty easy. It's going to be an easier-ish game, but it's still going to be very cool. So let's do it. 60% difficulty. So first of all, the one things we get, we're going to call it the Aldra 1. That's right, we're going to call it the Aldra 1. Oh, baby. And we have a few things that we can choose from to begin with. We still actually have 4 million funding, but we have don't have any space. So if there's anything else that we particularly want or want to get rid of, we need an RC transport to be able to transport resources and get some permanent supply routes. We need RC Explorer, which is for anomalies, and a rover, which is about commanding and repairing drones, and then a couple prefab buildings that we are taking, a drone hub, a fuel refinery, and 2 Stirling generators. This is primarily so as to be able to start producing fuel very early. It's also insanely expensive. And also a drone hub, which is crazy useful. All the rest of this is fine. These 3 we can get from our we can't use them yet, so don't worry about it. It's not important. We are already gonna get drones, don't worry about that, and we can get all of this later. We're fine. This is exactly fine. The Aldra 1 is perfect. So let's go. Select a colony site. We're gonna select a landing spot. We can actually go custom coordinates. Ooh. Oh, this is really nice. I love the way this feels. So we do actually have different sections. So it actually picks you out a couple very nice areas. So this place has a lot of concrete and water, but there's a slightly increased chance of meteors. This has even more, but has a crap ton of everything. So we're gonna grab probably that one because it looks really spicy. Yeah, this one. Oh man, you can swivel it around and you can actually pick out individual sections that are better. This is like, you know, recommended. This one has the greatest amount of resources of a little bit less metal. However, the temperature can get a little cold. It doesn't actually matter, though. Like, it doesn't really matter. Actually, no, sorry, a little bit warm, even. This is actually because it's an equatorial. So that's actually fine. It's relatively flat. Let's do it. Quite a lot of meteors, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Right, so the game has an interesting startup section. It's kind of hard to get to grips with if you have not played a lot of it. And I've not played a huge amount. But we're going to be taking it a little slowly. So, impatient to see the rocket touchdown and touch its previous cargo. Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet, the drones and rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove it is sustainable. Before we can have colonists, however, we need water, oxygen, and power. Okay. So, first of all, we need to designate a landing site. A promising area has already been scanned for resources. Has it? Select the rocket from the highlighted menu button on the screen. Boop. And it already picks one. That's fine. So it already gives us an immediately available area. And we want to scan around to see for any resource deposits. So we do have some concrete here. Does it actually say? It doesn't. It's not. There we go. So what do we have? We have underground metals, and we have concrete. Not having concrete is, it's pretty hard. I couldn't see it, that's why. So we're going to grab that, and we're going to put it right here. And we can rotate it with the R and middle mouse key as well. Oh, I did too much. I did too much, and I canceled it. No, stop that. I'm still... Alright, so we're going to drop it right there. Probably going to build the first dome in that area. So the rocket is landing. Get ready, guys. It's coming. One really lovely thing about this game is how beautifully you can control the camera. Look at that. You can see the shadow that unfortunately does disappear when you get to ground level. Look at that. Oh, that's lovely. So alongside that, we also need to research our first technology. I don't know why this one is currently researched already. Oh, because it's the shuttle hub technology, because it's what's already researched. So what we can grab is requiring less fuel, moisture upgrades for extra water, extra 100 energy per soul for each RC Explorer vehicle. This is good and early. Amplifier increase, extractor energy, thingies, and mass crowdfunding to get an instant one-time grant of 1 billion. We do not need any funding, so I will probably grab the flat bonus first. We also then want to start using some of these. What these are is probes to instantly scan any individual section. And this allows us to get a very early scan. No, you don't want to work. There we go.
Anomaly found.
So we've already researched scanned 2 immediately beautiful places. Yes, I know the controls. Leave me alone. I thought I turned you off. So we have building construction to a large solar panel to generate the initial electricity. Kind of wish I'd actually done this the other way around, but that's okay. So we're going to get our first building, and it's going to be a large solar panel. And we're going to build our very first solar banks right there. So over here we have an additional concrete supplier. And we also have an anomaly. Now, an anomaly is our RC Explorer can actually explore this, interestingly, and see what we can find. So let's see what we get. There we are. It's really annoying that I'm in the very top. I really wish I wasn't at the very top, so now I can't see things very easily. That's okay. We're also going to get... Nope, I was still selecting him. Go over there. Good boy. Good boy. Alright, so now what that's going to happen is these guys are going to start to load... you know what? I'm actually going to build a storage area. And it's just going to be a universal depot, which we're going to drop right there. So our individual our little drones are now going around here to these individual supplies of surface deposits, which are metals. And they are little bits of very easily accessible metals. And they are gathering them and taking them to the various building areas that we need, including our initial solar power generator. So the first thing we're going to want to get is we're going to want to get a concrete extractor. And a concrete extractor needs to be pretty much entirely on this area. So we're going to go like this. No, I know. I will build a cable connection later if you just calm the hell down. So we have our first section of power. So then we're going to build power cables to this. There you go. I believe that should connect it. And so the drones are now running around gathering various materials, and they're also unloading our Spaceima ship. And so our Spaceima ship, gathering exports, can export up to 30 things and needs 60 fuel to be able to refuel.
No active research.
Yes.
Research complete.
Okay, research achieved, and we did in fact do an anomaly, and it did not give me any notification, which is a little weird, not gonna lie. Whee! Okay, so research complete, explore AI. Next up, we can get drone swarm. For drone hubs are constructed with additional 2 drones, and a maximum of drones increased by 80. Not super necessary just yet. Let's grab rockets and shuttles require less fuel from engineering, because we're going to want to start building that up pretty soon. Why are you saying there's... Must be... Oh, it's because it's not built yet, that's why. Alongside that, we have an anomaly gate. Oh, it flat out gave us a nice big chunk of bonus. And we're still scanning this for 24%. And there are meteors. Oh man, there are meteors. There are a pile of meteors just hitting everywhere. So the RC rover serves as a mobile base for drones. It can be relocated with the move button, and it has to be continuously charged by our power generators. Okay, so they're running back and forth to get metal deposits. We already brought the machine parts necessary with which to build the first initial sections of our construction. And this concrete has a crap ton of concrete here, so we're going to be plenty. We're going to be plenty fine. High grade, too, which is really nice. Come on, hurry up. So alongside that, what's the other things we need to do? So a sensor tower is also very good because this boosts scanning speed and also the advanced warning for disasters. And this is really useful. So we're actually going to chuck this right there. And then also build an additional little power cable. There we go. And the sensor tower is really good because it means that we can actually start to scan much faster. We have just discovered an anomaly, which is great, but I can't really go that far. I don't believe my drones will make it that far. That's okay. Okay. I mean, the whole purpose of this game is it's all about efficiency. Another problem is, of course, is that energy turns off when you're using solar panels at night. That's something to watch. So we're just still waiting, because only one drone appears to have been assigned to build this. So he's only building one at a time. And it's because all these other drones were currently taking stuff out. So they need to constantly recharge as well, and they share power with other machinery. What are you doing? There you go. Yeah, go over there. All right, you. Get over there and build that. What are you doing? Go help him. You jerk. Honestly. Right. For some reason that building is still not working. It's because there's not enough power. Because this produces 5 energy and this uses 5 energy. This means we're going to need additional power supplies. Build some more power. So we are now gathering an absolute ton of concrete, which is going to which will produce concrete constantly. Alongside that, we're going to want to get a storage facility for not concrete, but for a dumping site, because waste rock is produced naturally as a result of concrete, unfortunately. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. This will gradually produce concrete, and this concrete will then gradually be carried over to our storage area. Oi, you, build this. What's this? Oh, that's the area where it's building. Okay, that's fine. So it's building a drone hub. It's a station that commands and to control more drones than the RC drone. Considering constructing a drone hub in each of your major outposts. So next up, okay, first of all, we have to go sector to scan. And, yes, just go away. There we go. And we're going to get a drone hub starting built as well. So we have only one that we can actually build at the moment, which is fine. And we're going to swap those around so they can have the power. But yeah, it does mean we're going to need even more power production. That's fine. Perfect. Does this give us more drones? Yes, it does. It doubles our drones. More drones is always fantastic. However, drones cannot receive further instructions because of the insufficient power. Another problem, of course, is that because our solar panels are only active at night, in the day, we are not actually generating anything. We also do have a couple prefabs of Stirling generators, but the problem is that these things require polymer maintenance. So I'm a little, well, I think I should probably grab them. Yeah, I will probably build a couple of these. So let's get a Stirling generator, and very gradually they will get built. Perfect. There we go. Now we have power. Oh, and that does actually require power, even though it's literally next to it. What's kind of odd sometimes that things don't like quite connect. It's a bit weird. We have priority. Cool. So, once again, they are not connected. There we are. Okay, so we built our initial little settlement. That is to say, the very first things that we could need. Other things we can start to extract. What else? So, the problem is that these, they just do on their own. But other things need workers. These mines all require workers as well as factories, which we do not have. So, one thing we're going to now start doing now is prepare for the initial dome. And that is the very first colony. And what we're going to do is we're going to start... Well, first of all, we have to wait until we find water. Because we don't have any water at the moment. We literally just need to wait constantly for water. It's an unfortunate reality that we have to wait.
Select a sector to scan.
We'll be fine. We found some rare metals. That's fine. But what we can do is we can set up our second section. First of all, let's see exactly how big a dome is. So a dome is actually not that big. So we need to build oxygen and water supplies before we can do that. So to get oxygen and water, what you need is Moxie, which reduces oxygen from the atmosphere, and it costs me 5 metals and has a maintenance of other metals, which is fine because you can make that. You can make more of that, and it produces 2 O2. Water extractor, which extracts from underground deposits. The problem is we do not have that. A moisture evaporator could be very good, and what this does is it actually creates water from the air, but unfortunately we do not have any. And a hydroponic farm produces food but consumes water based on crop type, and we need workers to make that work, and he also needs to be within a dome, so that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building Moxies, and we're going to build our Moxies kind of in this direction here. And we're going to want to set these guys up so the pipes kind of sync up properly. We can use this as a power bank and use this as our little section for food and water. So we're going to build our very first Moxie. We finished advanced Martian engines, giving us less fuel necessities. We need fuel, of course, first, which we don't have. And the very easiest difficulty makes them happen instantly, but we don't want that. We don't really want to grant funding. Moisture evaporator upgrade. Well, we don't have any of those, so... Drone hubs constructed with additional 2 drones. Yes, please. Let's get that. Yep. So this will get built slowly. But look at all our drones now, because we have enough power to manage 8 different drones. They are all mining and gathering supplies as necessary. We're building a really decent supply of concrete. Currently 35 concrete and 35 metals. Sadly, still no water discovered. My hope is that there will be water around us somewhere. Come on, baby, you can do it. Okay. Drone hub's low. Alright. So, obviously this needs an energy section. So, of course, everything requires bloody energy. We're going to connect this. Where does it sink in? Like that. So water can be stored. Water extractors of moisture vapors. Water extractors require water deposits, while vapor fabs must be brought from Earth with resupply ships. Set up water towers and emergency storage and pipes are used to connect all life support buildings. So alongside that, what we're going to need to do is we're going to want to create. I keep losing tab collection of things. I've been starting to. I like the idea also of getting a power acclimator, because at the moment we do not have any of that, and a power acclimator essentially just holds up power. And it means that we can store energy as necessary. Pretty useful, because you don't really want power to stop. People will die. So what we want an oxygen tank, because that will store our oxygen. And we're going to put it right there. And we'll connect that with pipes. And I don't know if it requires power, but that's okay. What's the problem? Why are you not connected? Oh, you guys just need pipes. The main thing, of course, is getting that initial supply of concrete with which to... found an anomaly. That is doable. Cool. So we're going to find our exploration village fuel, and we're going to send him over there. He should be sufficient.
Sector scanned.
Still no water.
Sector to scan.
Ugh. High chance the sector contains water. Okay, I'm actually stupid that it didn't actually... It actually tells me what is there. I am a moron. So that's fine. We're going to be able to get some water over there, which means we can finally start building our first dome. It's going to take a little while, but that's all right. Warning, storage space is full. Yep, we've run out of concrete storage, so what we're going to do is we're going to now set up an actual concrete deposit. We can source 180 concrete. Extra resources will be calibrated automatically to other deposits within drone range. Beautiful. And our power acclimator was basically like a battery and will slowly charge things up. So a cargo rocket can deliver additional supplies for the colony for advanced resources, polymer, machine parts, and electronics. Open the resupply UI in order to order a cargo rocket from Earth. So what we can do is we can actually order an additional rocket, because we do still have 3 rockets. And we have a limited number, and travel is significant. We can have a passenger rocket or a cargo rocket. We don't really need that just yet, because I should be able to get water from this. Look at that, 204% sensor tower boost. If it's adjacent to tiles you've already explored, then your sensor tower gets much more bonus. Also the related distance as well. So this should give us some lovely water. Come on, give me some water. Do it. Do it.
Sector scanned. Select
Son of a
sector to scan. No active research.
Oh, that hurts. Okay.
Complete.
High chances contains water.
Analyzed.
That is very depressing for me. There's no water here. That's okay. Let's go over there. We've researched drone swarm. So next up we could get RC transport harvest resources faster. We could get rocket cargo space increased by 10,000. Let's get rocket cargo space because there's going to be a passenger ship that comes very soon. Screw you and your lack of efficiency. Now we're going to send you back because there's nothing of you to see. It's getting a little low on power. I have no desire to have my RC Explorer run out of energy, so I'm going to send him all the way back home to energize up. So to be able to use our ships again, we have to resupply them with fuel. And to make fuel, we need people to help us make fuel. That's okay. That's not giving me the anomaly information. That's kind of sucky. The drone hubs themselves will actually just continuously recharge individual stuff. They can just normally be charged from the power banks themselves, but this is a much prettier little thing, isn't it? Maintenance for individual buildings. How it works is buildings deteriorate over time. Dust and disasters contribute to deterioration. They need to be serviced by a drone and resupplied with their necessary material. This guy requires whatever that is. I actually don't know what that is. What is that? It's electronics. This is limited because we have no new we can't make them, you know? We cannot make electronics. So one thing that we could do if we really wanted to waste our lives is we could actually order a... If this doesn't have water, I will do it because this is getting a bit crazy that there's no water next to me. I can order a water synthesizer. And what that will get to be is that will arrive and we can build it and just basically synthesize water from nothing. It's not as efficient, of course, because, well, it's just not. It's better to do it yourself. But that's okay. I'm tempted to do that anyway, to be honest. Also a good idea whenever you can to be ordering the advanced resources, because advanced resources are much harder to produce. And I believe that they need I think they need prefabs to make. Sponsor funding from 500 million. Oh, we can't click it. Okay. But we just got a nice big chunk of extra money, and that money, because basically the USA will periodically give us sponsorship money. That's the kind of the bonus of them, a kind of continuous ticking income. And that continuous income, it's a bit sporadic, but it is still ticking, means that we can rely on their money rather than having to generate too much of our own. We can just focus on colonizing. So let's just wait and make sure that this does not have a beautiful area that we can grab water on. And if it does, we will just simply build a large power chain and set up an additional section over here. Could we build an extra drone hub? Because that could work. I think I need a thing for that, don't I? A recharge station? Yeah. I need prefab parts. So what I could do is I could actually request one and send a rocket using the limited funding I have, and the rocket would arrive with the prefab buildings, but it just depends. There's also shuttles that facilitate long-range transport transportations, and then salvage.
Achieved.
Oh, thank God we found water. Oh my God. So we got our first achievement, second achievement to get water on Mars in Sol 6. About goddamn time, though. Alongside that, we're going to want to grab something else that's built, probably rare metals in this section. So we're going to want to desperately build some water generation. So water extractor. So we need a working drone commander to be able to get this to work. And this means we need to build a ridiculously long chain of not pipes, but energy. Such is life. Such is life, guys. It does cost 1 metal for every 5 long hex section, and it means we're gonna have to go, where is it? It's all the way over here. So we're gonna go probably down this way. This is gonna goddamn hurt, guys. It's not blocking objects. Oh, yes it is. Hello. Perfect. That's going to take a really long time to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our RC rover and we're going to put him over here. And that should allow us to build the various things that we need. They're going to take a long time to do that. But the RC rover will take the drones. Serviceable area determines the radius in which the drone can harvest, resource, and construct, service, and clean buildings. Cool. Can we tell him to come? Can we tell him to send them back? Well, the pipes will be gradually built. There we go. So now what we can do is we can build a Yes, look at that. Perfect. They will now get metal to build that. We'll get a water extractor. I presume it needs to be on that. Perfect. And then we will build pipes. Good. And we will get energy connections. There. No, doesn't want to work. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll slowly connect everything we need, and that should be sufficient. In retrospect, it might have actually been better to generate power by doing this. But we're here now. That's okay. Problem is, we are going to need to build a shit ton of pipes, man. That's going to be hell. We're going to need so many pipes. Oh boy. Alright. Make sure you leave a like and comment this video, guys, because this is going to be it for episode 1 of our new Surviving Mars series. We're putting videos out every day for this lovely series. It's going to be a lot of fun exploring Mars and seeing what we can do. No, you still don't want to be connected. What's wrong? Must be connected to a power consumer. Oh, because this isn't built yet. What's wrong? What's wrong? Well, we need to... Oh, outside drone commander range. There's an RC rover right here, man. What are you talking about? So, make sure, like I said, like and comment on the video. Let me think of the series so far. I was Algerlog, continue to be. Do be sure to check out my Patreon, Discord, and Twitter to see what else I am doing. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.